5 minutes.
Your awareness may be powerful enough to control your instincts. Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box.
It's your girl Meesh, and welcome to another episode of the Luv MEESH Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Luv MEESH Podcast. Hey, loves, how you been doing? You got a promotion? Okay, congratulations. You got married? Okay, I see. You about to start a family? Had a baby? Oh my gosh, aren't babies such a gift, a blessing? You graduated? What's your major? You bought a car? What kind? You bought a house? Congratulations. You can pass something down to the family. That is amazing. You meditated today for the first time, or you meditated consecutively. I'm so proud of you. You practice Reiki. Only gonna get better with time. The world needs your healing powers. You read a book today. Oh my gosh. I hope it was a subject that you thoroughly enjoyed and that you're willing to share with someone. I see you. That's good. As long as you're growing and evolving and spreading love, you're on the right path. And I hope you see the fruits of your labor. All right. So on today's episode, we're going to continue with our message to the millennials with Brother Rizza. Y'all, if he come to Jacksonville, just know I'll be there. Okay. So we're going to continue with chapter 3. Chapter 3 is who really wants to be conscious. In this chapter, he mentions, I thought this was interesting, y'all. For the Black Panther Party, we have Bobby Seale, Huey P. Newton, Kayleen Cleaver, Angela Davis. My grandma always tell me that I remind her of Angela Davis, and I don't know about Miss Angela. So that's going to be one of my podcasts, y'all. I am going to get books and study Miss Angela Davis. And I actually, on my YouTube page, if y'all go check it out, Luv MEESH, I actually started playlists that you can look into, and one of them is African American Studies, and I want to start looking up, we know about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, stuff like that, but I don't know much about Malcolm X myself, so I'm interested to do that. And Angela Davis, because she keeps crossing, like my grandma mentions her, I keep seeing her, I'm like, okay, Spirit, you want me to pick up something from Miss Angela Davis, let me be Angela Davis reincarnated, baby. Okay, and Fred Hampton was murdered at 21, that's a baby, y'all. That's a fucking baby. How can the motherfucking government bombing countries be scared of a 21-year-old? Y'all make it make sense. We are so powerful. We are more powerful than they will ever fucking tell us. 21 years old. All right. They were monitoring Martin Luther King. They even bugged Martin Luther King's phone, was spying on him heavily. They sent a letter to Martin Luther King telling him that he should kill himself. And if he does not, they would send a tape to his wife with the recording of his activities with other women. So see what I mean by if you're on the right path doing stuff, they don't really have much against you. Now he out here supposed to be saving the world. And Lord, these men. And now they got something to bribe you with. All right, so let's see. The FBI counterintelligence program was said to have ended in 1971. Bullshit. My spirit says no. They changed names and revamped and restarted. That's one thing, y'all. Y'all remember when Singular, or was it AT&T Mobile, was a monopoly and they made it split up? And now today you got what? You got Verizon. You got T-Mobile, you got Metro, you got Sprint. I'd be damned if they all ain't the same fucking company. We just think it's different companies. The fuck? They ain't fooling me. Let them fool somebody else. Let's see. The groups such as Black Panther Party, National of Islam, and others seek to do the exact same thing. They are labeled as hate groups and separatist organizations. Very interesting. Now, let me back up. I didn't give you enough. He said, why is it that you see that there is a little China in almost every major city in America? When you see that there is a Greek town in almost every major city in America. There's a little Tokyo, little Japan, little Italy, little Armenia. There is a Jewish district in almost every major city that we have. Why do I have to not label them with an identity of separatism and racial hatred when they have their own separate terrorism within the country? However, when groups, and then that's when he says, such as Black Panther, National Islam, seek to do the exact thing, then they're called hate groups. They do want to keep us separated, y'all. For whatever reason, they always want to keep us separated. And it's not just Black people, but if you have a hint of melanin in you, it's in your DNA, baby. And they want to keep us separated. They honestly do. I always used to hate my coily hair. Honestly, I just wanted it to be straight, just because I wanted to wake up in the morning and that shit straight, and I can go on about my day and not have to worry about flat iron, curl, pearl braids. It's so much more. I just wanted to be lazy, And I realized that your coils, Magic 333 on YouTube and Billy Carson did a podcast, and they were explaining, not podcast, YouTube, they were explaining how the coily hair represents the DNA strand. Baby, the coilier your hair, the more you are to the original. And baby, my hair is as coily as it get. I'm a 4C. And the more coilier your hair, the more information you can store. Do you know you get downloads from the sun through your hair to your brain? Why is it connected to your brain? It's like we're walking, living computers, and they don't want us to know. And so you can pack more information in them coils than that straight hair. You know what I mean? And so what they invent, perms and all this other stuff, to make you, not love your hair. But, you should continue to love yourself, and love your coils. Okay, so, I thought that was interesting. So, love your coils. Sorry, y'all. Love your coils, because you get downloads from the sun and you don't even know. You don't even know. Let's see. I think I skipped a part. Where was I? Chapter 3, right? Chapter 3. Oh, drop the darn phone. Okay, that was 4 and 5. Okay, chapter 3. Okay, so come back. Very interesting. Okay. Here is a, what do you call these? Meme. Conscious Black thinkers. Our job is not to make up anybody's mind, but to open minds and to make the agony of the decision making so intense you can escape only by thinking. Now that's brilliant. He said, what is consciousness? It is who you are. It is who you and I are in relation to self and kind, as well as self and others. It is the understanding of creation, the understanding of the universe itself, and how we as individuals reflect the universe as a collective. It is not simply awareness to be aware. It is to have the knowledge of the fact or a situation or perception. But to be conscious is to be in complete, active experience of what one is aware of. So that reminds me of when they say sleep versus woke. It's like, we're all human, but are you actively living this life? Or are you just letting everybody make choices for you? And no, got to say do this, and you just a sheep going right down the fucking assembly line to the slaughterhouse. I don't know about you, but y'all can watch these videos. Some of them sheeps and cows be getting away. They be gone down the fucking road. They have to go get them. That's me. Fuck that. Y'all don't smell this blood? Y'all don't see them sharpening them goddamn knives and the animals screaming up ahead? I don't fucking think so. He says, this is why the movie The Matrix, Morpheus, who interesting represents the Greek god of dreams, entered into the mind of Neo. Neo means new or modern. It means a revived form of something. To become conscious means to step into an evolved, elevated, and advanced level of where one is and who you truly are. And in a sense, it means to go back to your original state, which was far better than where you are currently. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm such a nerd. If you truly understand from a spiritual and energies perspective that Morpheus told Neo that the Matrix is a system and the system is our enemy, when you are inside, what you do see teachers, doctors, lawyers, the very minds of people who are trying to save, as many of them are so hopelessly connected to the system, so stuck, so dependent upon the system, that even when you were to attempt to unplug them or pull them from the system, they will fight to protect the very system that's fucking killing them. He just is able to explain. My emotions say everything for me, and it's usually in the form of anger. But I have to learn to articulate what I mean verbally, because my emotions can go about the situation in a negative way. So he just said everything that I've always have tried to say. You tell people about vitamins. Tell people about... I miss fucking bacon and burgers and shit. The fuck? I'm used to eating a piece of meat every damn night. But to learn that it's carcinogenous, no. To learn how they treat the animals, no. To learn now that they could be feeding you fucking human meat, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way God is teaching me this wisdom and I'm just gonna say, thank you for telling me, but like, no. That's like you having a life sentence, bro. Check this out. You got a life fucking sentence. Somebody give you an escape path. A foul proof. Okay, and so you say, nah, they gonna set me up. One person go, don't get caught. A year go by, another person go, don't get caught. You mean to tell me you gonna sit on the blueprint? Or you gonna escape? Are you gonna escape? Escape with me. I feel like Rosa Parks, like trying to get people to escape, but I'm like, God, they good. They don't want to come. Shit. Is my mission over because they not coming? They don't want to come. It's so crazy. This probably how Harriet... Can you imagine Harriet Tubman on a slave plantation? Like, I'm free. I done escaped to Canada. I done been to so many plantations. Is you coming? And you like, nah. The fuck? And I think she even said I could have freed more slaves if they only had known, that they were slaves. If they, just had the courage to leave. You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh. So that just goes to show you that history repeats itself. She's getting people off plantations. We just sharing books and knowledge and stuff. It's still freeing the people, however you look at it. So let's see. What does it mean when you evolve into a higher state of mental consciousness, an evolutionary and revolutionary state of mental condition and spiritual condition? You have chosen to actively go to war with the world that is constructed and built, manufactured, maintained, and perpetually thriving on lies. You have made yourself go against the enemy trying to maintain the status quo. You have become a menace, a criminal, a so-called terrorist. Why? Because you threaten the very fabric of this reality, which is not the reality. That's true, y'all. When you die, you don't die. Matter of fact, die itself is a lie. You are an eternal being. You will forever live. So with that being said, why won't you make this such an amazing life? Why won't you go out with a bang? Why won't you learn about Reiki and telekinesis and all this other stuff? Especially if it's going to help you in the next life. Now, what if you get to the next life and it's like, okay, you can only open this door if you know Reiki. Oh, sorry, you don't know it. Go back and try again. What if you've lived this life a billion times and you can't even get through door number 1? I submit to you while you're still alive. Learn as much spiritual stuff as you can, because If we are flesh beings right now and we know the flesh dies and then you get to actually live that spiritual life, obviously you need to know as much spiritual things as you can to help you on the spiritual journey. Does it not make sense? Your soul is a spirit. What are you going to do when you're in the spiritual realm and you've learned nothing about it? And you've learned nothing about it? Nothing? I don't know, y'all. The system gives life based upon how many minds it can enslave. This is why as you move into and towards consciousness, you cannot become an information whore. An information whore is one who simply indulges in massive amounts of information just to be around and engorge themselves in the information and more information. It's imperatively vital and necessary and even a requirement that once you become conscious that you become a fact checker and practically apply what it is that you know. People have lots of information but not too many facts. There is an overwhelming amount of information in this world, but it's up to the person's individual consciousness to determine whether or not they will make an effort to access and acquire facts versus simply consume information. I agree with that. The news is information. It's not fact. You got to go look at the facts on your own because they're fucking lying. They're fucking lying. And y'all know they lying because they murder our black men every day in a car. Talk about, oh, he was reach the fuck. You told him to reach and get his wallet and now he's dead. Like, we already know this. We already know, and then we just be pretending like it's real in every other aspect of our life. Fuck that shit. It's the same damn system. And I put to thine own self be true. That's still Billy Carson in the background. Y'all, he got all kind of music. Let's see. It's not a secret that black people are knowledgeable. It is no secret that melanated people possess the highest level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Although many across this planet possess it. Also Asia, India, South America, and down under Australia, the islands, even parts of Europe. People all across this planet have levels of knowledge, levels of wisdom, understanding. And this must be acknowledged. However, to be black people who possess this amount of cataclysmic, enormous, gigantic, monumental knowledge that can universally change our condition, we lack application. We lack application. People look at football every day. What the fuck is that doing for you? You're winning $500 off of bets. You know all the basketball players and all their stats. You know everything else, but you don't know why you got heart palpitations. You don't know you don't know that you're allergic to goddamn wheat or dairy. You don't even know your body enough to know what the fuck you should stop eating. It's like we are so smart and intelligent. We just apply it in all the wrong places. It's like we give to everybody else but ourselves and our community. And it's just so sad. Application. Application. We must move past fear in order that our freedom may be realized. And truthfully, not all of us will make it. Hence why there are so many mass shootings happening all across the country, even other parts of the world. It's no secret anymore. It's not hidden. It's no longer simply a what-if figment of black people's imagination because of a post-traumatic slavery syndrome. It is an absolute reality that everyone witnesses, including white people themselves. No one in this country or everywhere else in the world can run away from the fact that this country was built on the same system that is striving and trying its best to survive today. Why I keep cutting off? Y'all, this stuff be aggravating me. Request timed out. How about you time the fuck back on? Let me see. this was interesting. George Soros, the Hungarian philanthropist and multi-billionaire, like, will we ever be able to say that as a people? Multi-billionaire, was one of the founders of Black Lives Matter with a little over 30, look how he said, a little over 30 million, a little my ass. No, I do not believe that this is a fact. However, what I do find interesting is that George Soros, along with multiple bankers, white bankers, have helped to fund organizations that go against the authority and a tyrannical government that is called the United States of America. George Soros, to be specific, is part Jewish, and when he was a little boy in Germany under the Nazis, was one of those who helped the Nazi soldiers to locate other Jewish families. Now, if you can't even be true to your own nationality, we don't need you fucking helping us. We don't need your goddamn help. Not at all. The same one that turned your own people in. So, in other words, all the people that signed up to Black Lives Matter, he probably just turning them names over as well. Hello. Black people are the number one oppressed, and they deliver reprieve from oppression. In a time where systems of corruptions are collapsing all across this planet, where the world is seeking justice, seeking truth, seeking really a God or an Allah or Yahweh or the Supreme Being or Jehovah or whatever name for the universal energy that you feel comfortable with, we're seeking to get back to that and return to that. And it's necessary, for we are a spiritual people, the most spiritual people. It is the spirit that we must draw power from, as well as the mind. And I agree with that. On this part of my journey, I am becoming more spiritual and more, I'm learning more things that are beneficial to my health. Like before, I was like going to school like to manage a business, somebody else's business, to be somebody else's corporate slave. But I didn't even know the different things that I'm supposed to eat. I didn't know that I need to be eating sea moss that has 102 minerals. You know what I mean? So spirituality and knowledge, they really do go hand in hand. And I feel like that should be our focus on as a person. And that will end up helping the collective. Consciousness is not a game. Consciousness is not to be played with. Consciousness is not to be pimped. Okay? The original scientists, the original people of this planet utilized higher states of mental vibrational energy to conduct planetary scientific experiments. And I know that may sound funny, but when we operated back then, it's far more superior than how we operate today. And I believe that. There's no way people today can make a motherfucking pyramid. All this goddamn technology. And they still haven't surpassed the ancestors. Something has changed drastically. And that's our mind. That mind. It's like Pinky and the brain. We went from brain to Pinky. He said our consciousness is our weapon. It's our arsenal. And I agree with that. It is our defense apparatus that we use and utilize to fight against anything that is negatively attempting to influence the masses of our people. So simply be mindful. Then when you decide and say, I can't do that one. Sorry, Billy. Then when you decide and say, I want to be conscious, just know you have decided to take on the responsibility of caring for those in the society who are not mentally or spiritually capable. You have decided to become a caretaker, a savior, a watchman, a spiritual gangster, a factual true terrorist. And that is the only terrorist you want to be. The one who uses his truth to destroy lies, choosing to stand up for what is right and utilizing integrity when you give your word. And to give your life before your word should fail to have a sense of honor. This is a serious thing. It's not a game. And I answer the call, Starseed program. Y'all, I have been learning so much. Some of us volunteered to come here to raise the vibration to help humanity. And we have been doing everything but. When was the last time you heard somebody saying, I'm working on myself, I'm working on my energy to raise my vibration, to help raise planet's vibration? You don't hear people talk like that. But that's the point, y'all. We're spiritual beings. And we talk about everything but spirit. And I ain't talking about going to church on Sunday and putting offering in the collection fucking plate. That ain't spirituality that I'm talking about. Why is it slow cars driving by? All right, spiritual angels. You got it. You got me. All right. They don't know who I am on this round. Okay, let's see. Because we have so much access to information, now we feel it is easy to hold on to this so-called consciousness simply because we have the information. But remember, as you read earlier, you do not want to become an information whore. You want to become a fact checker, meaning one who checks the facts, not opinion. Your opinion, our opinion, should be secondary to the facts. How we feel about a thing should be only secondary to the facts. Our perspective should be secondary to the facts. And even when you use your opinion, when you use and utilize your perspective, when you choose to invoke your feelings, all of those should be validated with what? Facts. This man... Brother Rizza, you better open up a school and raise our young men. You better raise them. We're at the end of the days. Those are what truly matter. The facts have to be razor sharp facts with the ultimate truth. And I feel like that's how Jesus was. Jesus was running around the truth. The disciples and Pharisees and Sadducees, they was trying to trick him, trying to come up with cunning ways to get him to lie. So, what if a man owed Caesar? He said, pay Caesar what's his. What do you mean? You want me to say don't pay him? The fuck? So crazy. It's just like, we've been playing this same, it's like a play of life with the same roles. Somebody becomes and be a savior. How many Jesuses have we had? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman. It's just like, so many other people just keep playing that role of Jesus, which is saving us, saving us, saving us. Like, when we gonna say, Jesus, we got it. We can walk behind you. We good. Let's see. What was true 20 minutes ago may not be true right now. What was fact 30 years ago may not be true right now. He is so right with that. Consciousness is ever evolving condition, ever elevating, ever growing condition. Remember that, understand that, utilize that. We absolutely will move forward into a better condition. That much will be inevitable. And I put good will always wins. He said, continue to read on and enjoy the ride. I really go, Rizza. All right, so chapter 4, the college educated versus the outdated. He put a little meme here. Formal education, learn things you'll never use in real life to get a job you can't stand to pay off a degree you couldn't afford. Self-education, teach yourself about things that interest you to pursue a career you love. Ended up hiring employees with college degrees. Hello. So unfortunately, I did go to college and write down some degrees, but guess what? I'm on the right path now. It's okay. And I learned a little bit something behind them enemy lines. They train. I'm at a Christian school, y'all. Why? I keep telling y'all about that Coca-Cola story. Why Coca-Cola? No. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, one of them. Africa sent that soda back. Say, no, this is not healthy for our people. They gonna hire me as the publicist, or my assignment as the publicist, because, you know, they got to prepare you for those roles, would be to hire a team to test the ingredients, to remake the ingredients, to make it good for Africa. Not good for America. They don't give a fuck. America approved it, but for Africa. And to apologize because someone tweeted and it dropped their stock. So let me ask you, what was their concern? The health of the people or the fucking stock? All right. Don't ever forget that. And this was a Christian school, mind you, where we had to put Bible quotes on all of our assignments. But you got us up here not caring about these goddamn people. Let me see. Now, he does say, you know, a lot of people have graduated college and become successful. So he doesn't knock it. But he's saying is how many other people have not gone to college and are just as successful, if not more. So he definitely made a valid point there. He said America didn't make the top 20. I looked at even further, especially when you're looking at countries with free education that didn't even make the cut. In this country, not only is it expensive, but the system of education here, specifically college, was based on the likelihood of debt to propel its perpetuation. And what do I mean by this? John D. Rockefeller founded the General Education Board, stated, I do not want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. That's pretty clear, but if it wasn't clear enough, review Frederick T. Gates. Reverend Frederick T. Gates, who was a business advisor of John D. Rockefeller, said, in our dreams, we have limited resources, and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. the present educational convictions fade from our minds, and unhampered by tradition, we work our own goodwill upon a grateful and responsive rural folk. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers, of men of learning, or of science. We are not to raise up among them authors, orators, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for embryo great artists and painters and musicians, nor will we cherish even the humbler ambitions to raise up from among them lawyers, doctors, and preachers, and statements of whom we now have ample supply. So in other words, y'all, they already know who their governors and presidents, they already are training them. And they put on this charade of elections to make it feel like we are electing people. Oh, no, that's what those boarding schools are. They already know who's going to be in them roles. We think we living, but they already got everything laid out. He said, in a world with YouTube and social media. Okay, I'm going to have to listen to that one later. Okay, in today's world with YouTube and social media and the world of app developing and well over 2,000 ways to make money, becoming a millionaire is not too far out of reality for many. So the old traditional systems, or should I say the old system of job indoctrination that was put forth with a go to college and get a job, is no longer standard. I agree. And that's why a lot of people chose that social media route and reality TV and stuff like that, because they just wanted to choose that over a regular 9 to 5. And so I can't knock them. I get it. I totally get it. Even, what was I on? I was on OnlyFans. The girl, okay, so you could go to a strip club, but you gotta pay the DJ, you gotta pay the bouncer, you gotta pay your liquor tab, all that shut that shit down. Get you a pole in your house, get you a motherfucking camera, set up your own OnlyFans, and make your own goddamn money. And them people will be sending you IMs all the time, asking you to do private shit. Ask me how I know. Oh, okay. So it's like the system isn't pimping us anymore. We can pimp the fucking system. But if you even want to go a step further, make your own website, or start a YouTube and then point them all to your own website where you got your own shit. Because when you are a part of these pages, they get a cut, so they still your pimp. But if you back it up all to your own page, it's all yours. For example, 85 South. Check them out, y'all. I started looking at them to add, laughter in my life, because that helps raise your vibration too. Because some of them comedy movies is corny to me. So I rather just look at, my community and support my people, right? And they funny. And I don't really like Wildin' Out. It's just not I don't know if it's Nick Cannon or what. But so I just go to 85 South. And they are hilarious as hell. I wish they would have more ladies on there. But it's cool. And they got a website now. $8.99 a month or $7.99, something like that. So now, they probably was making hella money with YouTube. But watch this. They about to say, fuck you, YouTube, and make their own money. And I'm proud of them. I'm so proud of them. And I noticed after the Derek, what's his name? Derek Grayson was on there. Grace. And he was spitting them game about business and stuff like that. Now look at them. Got their whole website. So I think they did a little partnership. I'm proud of them. And that's what you're supposed to do. Like, help us. Help us, Derek Grace. Help your people. All right, so let's see. Currently, American states that she is over $22 trillion in debt. But if you add in all the debt, it's worth over $60 trillion. So one incentive not to go, or at least not to take out loans, that is much better not to be a slave than to have debt that will likely negatively affect you down the line. I do feel like debt can affect you spiritually too, what we probably don't realize. So I'm going to homeschool my children, and I'm really going to hone in on them to see what their skills and talents are, and make sure that I cultivate them. Because if you just drawing really good, you shouldn't just be out here drawing. I need to make sure that I'm giving you the tools to enhance your drawing ability. And next thing you know, you're drawing portraits. You have your own business. You get what I'm saying? Like, why we always gotta feel like we gotta go work for Disney? Don't work for yourself. Justin Copeland. Go look him up. His art is African American and spiritual, and I love it. It's always a man, a woman, a family, or kids, and I just love it. Has his own business, and I just sent him a message. Like, I'm a sharer. I usually be telling people a lot of stuff, and I see them do it later, and I'm just so happy and proud because I know I be planting them seeds. But I was like, I would love to have more than just a painting. Can you put this on a mug? Can you put this on a shirt? Can you put this on a shower curtain, a bedspread, a blanket? Now, this is the age of technology. I could literally take his images and do that on my own. There's several companies that will allow you to do it. However, I want the proceeds to go to him, you know? So if y'all see him do that, just know I whispered that in his ear. No, not because, he got a wife and a baby, so not like that. So let me see. Never cease learning. Read every day. Study something every day. There's over 14 billion brain cells, and the average thought travels 20 billion miles per second. The mind is limitless, so wasting too much time without adding information into it, that will not necessarily be of use to you. It's just not wise. That was a mouthful, y'all. Let me see. He said, a civilization and a group of people who will cease to exist first spiritually, then mentally and intellectually, morally, and physically. A smart civilization will win, and a dumb civilization will die. That's what it's about, y'all. So chapter 5, did I tell y'all the name of chapter 4? I didn't. I just started reading, didn't I? The college educated versus the autodidact. Chapter 5, our unity, the community, not the individual. The only way that we can build. Our unity is more powerful than a hydrogen or atomic bomb. Goddamn. That was a mouthful, y'all. Have you ever tried to build something physically, and because you didn't want to ask for help, because you felt that you were a burden, you didn't want to put something onto someone else, or you just wanted to do it all by yourself and it didn't work and it collapsed or it broke? Have you tried to establish a business and to work in every capacity and wear every hat and be in every job position to try and make it successfully move forward, and it was completely and absolutely inevitably a failure? That's how I felt like my business journey was. I tried to do everything from logos to the every fucking thing on my own, and it was just so hard. And I'm like, okay, God, let me build this business credit up so that I could be like, you're my manager, you're my assistant, you're my this, let's, and have a team. Because you can't do it alone. We need each other. He said, why is it that when we attempt to do things by ourselves, usually things are going toward the benefit of multiple people, it isn't successful? The truth is that we as a human family will never be one family, all on the same page collectively. But we can get on one code and have one agreement well established globally if we make an effort to do so. He had a point there. He said you have those that went to school, Ivy League, and then HBCUs. You have those that attended North versus South, those who attended East versus West. Everybody is saying that they're intelligent. Everybody is saying that they're striving to obtain a bachelor's, master's, or PhD. Yet no virtual universal agreement. Even within education, separation, you have the fraternal separation, fraternities, sororities, deltas, sigma, phi, betas, qs, alpha, kappa, psi. All of the different Greek fraternities and sororities, what they're saying is they're striving to represent what they believe in and maintain dignity and culture, refinement, professionalism, and hard work and dedication, and multiple beautiful characteristics that all of these fraternities and sororities are saying they wish to uphold. These are their standards of living. Then you go into sports. You have Laker fans and Clipper fans and Denver Nuggets. I don't know shit about this. Cleveland Cavalier fans, Golden State Warrior fans, Chicago Bull fans, New York Knicks fans. Everybody's saying collectively, I'm just trying to put the ball in the hoop, score some points, win the championship, get the bag, and make my family proud. Then he goes to football. Then gangs and genders, etc., etc., etc. His point is, differences are not always bad. Some differences are required for simple entertainment and competition. Okay, to see what one is made of, to encourage growth and development, and that is not a bad thing. However, when living as a community, there has to be an understanding, one major concept, and that concept is survival. I agree, because right now they want it to be survival of them, and it's supposed to be survival of all. That's the fucking problem. He said the physical body itself operates as a group and a collective. The eyes are for sight, the mouth for verbiage and to express ideas throughout sound vibration. The ears are to receive communication and energy through sound waves and sonic waves. The water within the ears are to determine the balance. The heart to pump the lifeblood. The lungs are to do with oxygen. The stomach and intestines is for digestion and the breakdown of nutrients through food. Yeah, the pancreas, the kidneys, the gallbladder, the spinal cord, the brain, everything. All organs work collectively in one manner to accomplish the goal. And what is that goal? Survival of the body. Oh my gosh, this book is so good. Let's see. This part was do you have any idea how far they've gone to destroy the unity of other nations? American organized campaigns of labor strikes and propaganda to overthrow. He actually lists in each year, 1952, 54, 61, 65, 70, 73, 79, 53, 61. And each one, it lists a country and what they were trying to do. Like in 1953, 1952, Operation MK Ultra, the CIA begins developing and using psychedelic drugs like LSD and mind control experiments. In 1973, the CIA director Helms orders all files destroyed. I'm so sick of this. If I'm gonna go to school, this is the shit I want to learn. Okay? Not know if Susie got on the train at 11 o'clock and the train was going this fast. I don't give a fuck. Put on a damn watch. It's just like, this is the shit. This is the information. They're not really teaching us. They're not teaching us shit. We don't know shit about shit. You gotta go find it. You might be asking yourself, how in the world is this relevant? Well, we have witnessed where division gets us, but what we have not looked deeply into is the source of our division, not only here in America, but throughout the world. And we are the original people. And that keep coming to me, y'all. It's something in our DNA that is so amazing and grand. Even with them interbreeding with us, they won't have as much as us. Think of that, y'all. Even with you interbreeding, you will never be a full bred. Y'all know when you breed them dogs, only a full bred with a full bred makes a full bred, okay? You got a full bred in a mix, that dog ain't gonna be worth as much, right? Alright. So chapter 6, depopulation, their ultimate solution. Y'all already know about this. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because y'all already know. Let's see. The Caucasian population is dying out. This is a majority brown country. By the year 2050, the population of the world, WORLD, will be more a majority of black and brown people. The European Caucasian white population is dwindling all across the planet, and due to this, there is an annihilation. Now, if I were white, I wouldn't be trying to destroy the browns. I would just mix with their ass. Like, why are they trying to kill us? Just fucking mix. You be in there a little bit. He went on to state, let me start over. In his book, The Birth Dearth, Ben Wattenberg, a Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute, mentions in the first paragraph of the book, the main problem confronting the United States today is that there aren't enough white babies being born in this country. The fuck? He was an advisor to the President of the United States, y'all. He was an advisor to the President of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987, my birth year. He states that if we do not change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose the miracle majority in the country, and it will no longer be a majority white, and this will no longer be a white man's land. It never fucking was. I'm so sick of the lies. It never was their land. Weren't they in a cave somewhere eating each other? It never was their land. And because my people had fucking rocks and arrows and they had a motherfucking gun, they took the shit. That's all. If it was not for the gun. One of them angels or high beings fucked up. They showed us how to do that still before our time. I know it. And they gave it to the wrong race too. Let's see. He went on to state the 3 things we can do to change this. Number 1, we can pay women to have children. And they had been doing in Western Europe nation for years. I feel that's what income tax is, y'all. Unfortunately, we have to pay you women of all colors to have babies, which, again, they do income tax. We don't want to do that. He says the second thing we can do is increase the number of illegal immigrants that are allowed in the country every year. Then also he said, unfortunately, the vast majority of those who will come into the country are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says is 60% of aborted fetuses in America are white. If we can keep the number of aborted fetuses alive, that would solve our birth dearth. And I feel like when it comes to infertility, I feel like back in the day, they were more so give the black people the abortions, but make Susie go away for the summer and come back. Because she done had her baby, and her baby is in some motherfucking orphanage somewhere, alive. This is one of the major reasons why Caucasian people are afraid. I really don't understand their logic. I really don't. No person who classifies themselves as white living in the area of the world referred to as the United States of America, or for that matter any other area of the world, should presume to tell any black person or any non-white person what racism is or is not until they have read completely Kenneth O'Reilly's Racial Matters, the FBI's secret file on Black America 1960 to 1972. I'm just... This book, boy, I tell you. So he states, let me see where I am because we're about to get on part 3. Additionally, to this government itself is trying to prevent the birth of black children locally in the United States, Mexican children, and originally melanated people all across the planet. But they are trying to fight a losing battle. I know that's right. Amen to that. I say to that. Oh, this was interesting, y'all. It is easier to control 1 million people. Literally, it's easier to control 1 million people than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to kill than control. How many times do you have to hear it? God damn. Depopulation. NSSM-2000, the Kissinger Report, declassified. 200-page memorial by which President Richard Nixon and General Ford outlined have multiple avenues for genocide. It was called Implications of Worldwide Population Growth for U.S. Security and Overseas Interest. He focused heavily on food control, abortion, family planning, and much more. I don't trust him with any of those. I want to grow my own food, have my own babies at home. Like the fuck? I just don't trust them. Reduce the population of third world countries. And abortion. One example is the South American country of Guyana, which was hit by a hurricane in 1997. They had turned down abortion and birth control for 12 years straight. But after the hurricane hit Guyana in 1997, hey y'all, we can make hurricanes. So just put that together. The DARPA. The World Bank said, we will not give you any aid unless you legalize abortion and birth control. And it is exactly what they did. It's happened several times, especially in Africa, where droughts have hit the United Nations. And USA stated they will not assist unless they accept birth control. It's like these nations' hands are tied. It's like they'll send a hurricane, a tsunami, a wave, or whatever. And if you don't do what they say, they're not going to help you. Like, what the fuck? So here was an example. There are crates and crates of birth control, contraceptives, and condoms. Now, while the commitment to birth control is going up every year, the commitment to authentic economic development is dropping. So we see less clean drinking water, water funding, less school funding, less medical clinic funding, less overall health care to truly aid and help people within these countries. But you got a damn condom. Another example is Haiti, which was hit by hurricanes a number of times. The United States and other countries saturated Haiti with birth control as a solution. As a matter of fact, nearly 90% of women in Haiti have total and complete access to any type of birth control that they want, government funded. Yet, less than 20% of Haitians have access to clean drinking water. Now, imagine a natural catastrophe in a country like Canada or Australia or France or England. They go on to request aid, seek help, and they are told, we're not going to offer you any type of aid unless you're going to accept our philosophy on birth control and population control. They will absolutely go crazy, but this is a standard operational procedure. Y'all, we have no idea how this thing really works. Then he talked about Margaret Sanger, who was a nurse out of New York, opened her first clinic in 1916. She was a honorary Klanswoman. I don't want to hear anything she has to fucking say. She was a part of the American Eugenics Society. One of her most notable accomplishments was the invention of the birth control pill. They might as well call that a kill pill, which celebrated its 50th anniversary back in 2010. Y'all, what if birth control is not a way to stop pregnancy, but a way to kill the baby? Somebody need to look into that. I don't think birth control stops pregnancy. I think it kills a growing egg. I really do. I think that kills it on contact, and I feel like a plan B kills it after contact. So you got your before pill and your after pill. motherfucking Margaret Sanger. The fuck? Do y'all know there's herbs that you can take to slow down your period and speed up your period? There are herbs that you could take that you shouldn't take during pregnancy and that you can take off of pregnancy. There are herbs that you could take that will help you not get pregnant. We didn't have to go so low as to do a death pill. It's just we're not using our resources. And I feel like at the end of the day, we got to answer to God. We really do. Like, your body is literally a recording machine. So when you do go in front of God one day, your soul, you won't be able to say nothing. Your eyes going to tell everything that it saw. Your ears going to tell everything that they heard. You know what I mean? Your heart, everything that it felt. Your mind, everything that you thought, didn't think. And what can you say at that time? You're going to be like, all right, baby, go back and try it again. I don't want to come back to this bitch. I don't know about y'all. But I'm trying to get it right this time, okay? For the last time. Let's see. He went on to say they wanted to educate children in elementary school with the idea of wanting 3 kids or 2 kids or even less. Like, they start with or having none at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. This generation, they don't even want kids, y'all. They don't even want fucking kids. I'm going to have as many as the Lord gives me. But these babies don't even want kids. So they succeeded, y'all. Little do we know, they succeeded. We just thinking they don't want kids, but those seeds were planted. Sir Francis Galton of the 1880s published the idea that only those with good genes should live life to its fullest. That's wrong. Who are you to say that your genes are good and mine aren't? Like, are you kidding me? Federally funded sterilization programs took place in 32 states throughout the 20th century. That broke my heart, y'all. If you are sterilizing someone, you are saying, if not to them directly, your possible progeny is immiscible and we choose not to deal with that. You are basically telling them that we don't want your damn children to ever be born and we don't want any of your seeds to infect the future of our nation. Oh my God. Forced sterilization. And I didn't know it inspired the Nazis in Germany in 1909 and continued for 70 years. Sterilization. And they still was having goddamn babies. They couldn't even see, they knew about their herbs and stuff. They couldn't even stop them from having fucking babies. Without their knowledge or consent, approximately 20,000 sterilizations took place at state institutions, comprising 1/3 of the total number of sterilizations performed in 32 states combined, where such actions were legal. Forced sterilizations of Native Americans. They try to get rid of our people. It is estimated that as many as 25 to 50% of Native American women were sterilized between 1970 and 1976. They don't even want our babies to be born. Forced sterilization programs are also part of history in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, y'all. All melanated people. It's not just us. It's all of our melanated sisters and brothers. They call it hereditary diseased offspring. They were sterilizing people at the age of 14 and 12. African American sisters, Mary Alice and Minnie Ralph, were sterilized at the age of 14 and 12. Their mother was illiterate and had signed X on a piece of paper. She gave permission for her daughters, who were both mentally disabled, supposedly, to receive birth control shots. Now, who determined that they were mentally disabled? I wouldn't trust them to do a goddamn thing for me. North Carolina has paid $35,000 to surviving victims of eugenics program. So Virginia agreed to pay surviving victims $25,000 each. It ain't right, y'all. It's not right. It's not right. They push many avenues of depopulation, biological warfare, genetically modified foods, GMOs, vaccines, and now they're being heavily pushed currently on the agenda to be mandatory across the country in an attempt to medical martial law and the like. A fertility level of 2.1 births per woman is needed to ensure replacement of generations and avoid population decline over the long run. All right, time for part 3. All right, it's getting late. I need to go in here and get something to eat. I got a new shift, y'all, and I am loving it. You know how when you get something, you always want something more. And I get off at 4:15, but I wish I could be getting off at 2 or 3. You just never fucking satisfied. But I'm thankful when I get off, I can like do stuff. Like if I was getting off later, it probably would be like 10 right now with me trying to do this. But now I can eat at a decent time and get some rest and get ready for the next day. Like, why they got us working these ungodly hours? And I can imagine having a family trying to work some crazy ass shift. Like, we just let them control our life too much. But anyways, Namaste, Lovaste, always vibe. Hi, babe. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next episode, and we gotta finish. I'll try to put it in one more episode, but that might end up being part 3 and 4. But we'll see, because it's such a good read. And wait till I tell y'all about your straw man. Okay, wait till I tell y'all about mental health. Wait till I tell y'all about autism in our black men being 50% higher than a white man. They been playing with genetics, okay? Been playing with genetics. Wait till I tell y'all about let me see, that was the straw man. About the Trinity, the City of London, the Vatican, and Washington, D.C. Oh, you didn't know about that, did you? Yeah, that might be one episode. Oh, wait till I tell y'all about multiple Black Wall Streets, okay? Not just Tesla, honey. Oh, yeah. Stay tuned. Y'all gonna love the rest of these episodes. And thank you to Rizza, because we know our history, but you putting it all in one little book. Okay, you could put this right next to the Bible. Thank you, Rizza. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Thanks a million for listening. There's a million podcasts in the world. You clicked on this one, little on this one, to hear what I have to say. I hope universe has a special message for you. You can reach me on Linktree at /love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet, I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?